Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Jai Hind, and welcome to Khan Global Studies. So I welcome you all in this session of daily current affairs, and like the topics which we are going to discuss in today's session. So let us have a look at this. That what are the topics which we will see, and then we will come to the questions. So the topics which we are going to see in today's session. The first topic is about India-Russia relationship. You all might be aware that the Russian president has visited India, and in that context, this India-Russia relationship has again emerged as one of the very important geopolitical event. It is not just limited to India. It is having geopolitical impact across the world. Okay. Then the second topic which we are going to talk about is vultures in India. In the month of September also, this one topic was there in the news. And right now again, this one topic, vultures, is there in the news. So we are going to talk about it. The third thing which we are going to talk about is pendency of cases. The third topic which we are going to talk about is pendency of cases. Now, this is one topic which has been there in the limelight for almost 2-3 months now. Okay. We have discussed individually. We have discussed it about the high courts also, civil courts also. Now, today we are having some special discussion. Today we are going to have some special thing with respect to this pendency of cases. Like till now, we have seen about high court. We have seen about Supreme Court. We have seen about the lower courts. But today we are going to take it one step ahead. We are going to have a global comparison. We are going to have this global comparison that how it is going on. Okay. So this is the another topic which we are going to discuss about. The fourth one is about the Postal Department. The Postal Department of India, the Indian Post, is coming with some new initiative. It has come with some new initiative. So we are going to talk about this. We are going to talk about this Postal Department new initiative. And finally, we will also be talking about the Mahad Satyagraha. We are also going to talk about this one initiative, Mahad Satyagraha. So these are the topics which we are going to discuss in today's session. But before we go into that, let us solve some questions and then we will come to the topics. So let's see. So we are having the first question. Which of the following is not necessarily correct with respect to depreciation of Indian currency? When we talk about the depreciation of Indian currency, so in that context, which of them is not correct? The first one is saying it will make foreign loan payment expensive. It will lead to increase in export value from India. It may have inflationary impact. It will make India trade surplus country. It will make India trade surplus country. So which of them is not correct with respect to this depreciation of Indian currency? I am quite good. I hope all of you are also doing well. Good evening, everyone. The option, I think all of you can understand this one thing. Like, it will make foreign loan payment expensive. I think you know this now. It may lead to increase in the export value from India. Like, right in the last session itself, we have seen that it is going to improve the export competitiveness. That is one part. Second thing is, since the rupee, like when we are selling it outside India, we will be getting more and more rupee. We will be getting more and more rupee because $1 will give us more money. So what we see that it will lead to increase in the export value from India. That is also correct. It may have inflationary impact. That is also correct. So this one is not correct. It's not necessary that India will have trade surplus. So if you have to compare all the options, this D option will be the most appropriate one. Now coming to the second question. The election commissioners of India can be removed in the same manner as the judges of Supreme Court. The election commissioners of India can be removed in the same manner as the judges of Supreme Court. Second is saying the expenses of the Election Commission of India is charged upon the Consolidated Fund of India. The expenses of the Election Commission of India is charged upon the Consolidated Fund of India. So which of the statements given above are correct? Question number 2. Question number 2 again. So what will be the correct answer? E option, A option, A option. So if we look at this, the election commissioners of India can be removed in the same manner as judges of Supreme Court. Okay. So here what we see that this one portion is incorrect. The election commissioner of India can be removed in the same manner as judges of Supreme Court. This one option is incorrect. Why? Because the chief election commissioner is removed in the manner as the judge of a Supreme Court. But the election commissioners can be removed from their post on the recommendation of chief election commissioner. So security of tenure, the security of tenure is for the chief election commissioner, not the election commissioners. Okay. The first one is incorrect. Second one, the expenses of Election Commission of India is charged upon the Consolidated Fund of India. Now let me tell you one thing. If you simply do a Google search, and if you see there that is the expenses of Election Commission charged upon or not, there is a very likely chance that it will be suggesting that yes, it is charged upon. You will find that if you simply Google it, that the expenses of Election Commission of India is charged upon, it will say that yes, it is correct, it is charged upon. If you search it in Chat GPT also, it will say that it is charged upon. But remember one thing, this is not charged upon. This is not charged upon. It has not been modified as of now. In 2023, a bill was introduced for this purpose. A bill was introduced for this very purpose, Electoral Reforms Act of 2000, Electoral Reform Bill of 2023. This bill was introduced, and one of the clause of that bill was that the expenses of the Election Commission will be charged upon, will be made charged upon. But that bill was not passed, and as a result of this, it is still voted upon. It is still something which is voted upon. So that's why the first and second are incorrect. The answer is D option. There is a parliamentary system of government in India because first one is saying that the government is, Lok Sabha is directly elected by the people. Parliament can amend the constitution. Rajya Sabha cannot be dissolved. Council of Ministers is responsible to the Lok Sabha. So why India is having a parliamentary system? Charge upon is something where there is no such discussion or voting. Like suppose that if parliament has to, if the union government, if it has to spend any money, it has to take the approval from the parliament. So every year there is a budget, And in that budget, there are certain parts on which there is discussion in the parliament and then there is voting. If there is discussion and by the vote, if it has been said that yes, this expenditure is allowed, only then union government can withdraw the money. Only then the union government can withdraw the money. But there are certain expenditures which has to be mandatorily done only. The parliament will not be able to delay it. The parliament is not going to even discuss it. Okay. So here we see that there is no such voting upon that thing. It is simply passed. It is simply passed that yes, it will be given. Such as expenditure of Supreme Court of India, expenditure of Union Public Service Commissions, or even State Public Service Commissions, expenditures of the Comptroller and Auditor General of India. So there are so many institutions for which the expenses are charged upon. Means they are not a matter of discussion whether it has to be provided or not. Okay. CSET math का special batch आएगा कि नहीं? Shankar Chauhan, as of now I have no such information about any special batch. Like right now I have information about the Parivartan batch and all, but not about this special batch of CSAT. Okay. Okay. For 2026 we are going to come with a revision batch also. We will come with the revision batch. So what will be the correct answer here? D option. Yes. So D option is correct here also. So in today's session, all the three questions have the common answer, D option. Okay. Now, coming to the topics. मैं आर्ट एंड कल्चर क्लास नोट से कवर करके गया था, अबाउट सिर्फ 20 क्वेश्चन सॉल्व हुआ है. व्हाट टू डू फॉर आर्ट एंड कल्चर? फॉर आर्ट एंड कल्चर यू कैन डू नथिंग. As simple as that. Art and culture is one thing for which you can do nothing. There is only one approach. Read something from your side. Whatever you are getting in test series, try to make a notes of it. That is the only approach. For art and culture, it is so much diverse. It is so much diverse that it's quite difficult. When will I start the batch? In January. In January, we will be starting the batch. In the month of January, we will start that. Like from January, it will start. So it will be announced in a few days. Maybe next week, it will be announced. Okay. Don't worry about art and culture. Friends, don't worry about it. The simple thing is, for art and culture, just go through your basic notes and the book. It is sufficient. Now coming to this one part, India-Russia relationship. So generally when we talk about India-Russia relationship, we can talk about it for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. But we will see some basic elements of it. We will see some basic elements of it, that what are the broader dimensions of India-Russia relationship as of now. So when we talk about the broader relationship, you will find that this is having a historical foundation and trust. India and Russia has been close to each other since the independence of India. And in fact, even before that, Indian leaders have been close to the Russian leadership. So there is a historical foundation and trust, and this trust has especially been built up in 1971. In 1971, this trust was solidified. Solidification of the trust. This was solidification of the trust. There was the solidification of trust during the 1971 era. Even now, if we talk about Russia, it is the largest supplier of weapons to India. We may be purchasing some of the advanced things from UK or France or US or Israel, but our major inventories are still coming from Russia. So it has remained one of the largest arms supplier to India. Then when we talk about India and Russia, we are cooperating in terms of counter-terrorism in Afghanistan, Central Asia, and has also been acting against terrorism. I don't know how many of you know about this or not, but Russian spies or Russian intelligence are believed to be one of the most dangerous one. Russian intelligence and Russian intelligence spies, they are believed to be one of the most dangerous, one of the most like ruthless agents in the world. They are believed to be one of the most ruthless agents in the world, and they have been of continuous help to India during multiple such counter-terrorism activities. It has been helpful in case of Afghanistan, in case of Central Asia, in case of even terrorism. Yes, KGB. Okay. So counter-terrorism in Afghanistan, Central Asia, terrorism. Okay. It is also a major source of oil after 2022. In the post-Russia-Ukraine war era, in the last 3 years, Russia has been one of the largest, rather you can say the largest supplier of a cheap oil to India. In last 3 years, we have been getting cheaper oils thanks to Russia. So this is also one of the element. Bilateral trade, it has jumped to $68.7 billion. You will find that just a few years back, before 2020, India-Russia trade was less than $10 billion. India-Russia trade was less than $10 billion. But in the last 5 years, it has increased from there to around $70 billion as of 2024. Okay. So this is one thing, it has been continuously increasing. We are engaging at multilateral forums like BRICS, SCO. Russia, it supports permanent membership, permanent seat to India in United Nations Security Council. Okay. India has been looking at support from all the countries, and Russia is one of those allies which has always been there. And it's not only that, Russia is one of those countries which have been vetoing any such resolutions which is going against India. If there is a resolution which goes against India, we are assured that there is one country in the world, no matter whatsoever, there is one country in the world which will come to the front, which will come to the help of India. So United Nations Security Council, if you look at the countries, we have United Kingdom, we have France, we have United States, we have China. Three of them have been against India, and France has been changing its stand from time to time. But despite this, you can see that in UNSC, we know that we always have one friend, and that is Russia. Then we see that space cooperation, from Rakesh Sinha going to space to even the Gaganyaan mission, whose astronauts have been trained in Russia. So from all these programs, in fact, if you look at the nuclear cooperation, here also you will find that if we look at the nuclear power plants of India, we have deal with US, we have deal with Japan, we have deal with Canada, we have deal with Australia, we have deal with many other countries of the world. But despite all of those deals, any such nuclear power plant in India, which is being established with the help of the foreign countries, that help has come only from Russia. Like, we do have deals with other countries, we do have deals and arrangements with other country, but the active nuclear power plants in India are those which has been provided to us by Russia. We have in fact got the BrahMos manufacturing also. We have come with new proposals also in the today's deal. We will see about the new things in tomorrow's session or the next session. But again, this is one of the time tested partnership. So when US was saying that why India is not shifting away from Russia, the US must recognize one thing. US has no permanent ally. There is no country in the world which can say that they are friends of US. US cannot even say that there is one permanent friend of them. But when we talk about India and Russia, there is a permanency in the relationship. There is a permanency in the relationship, and that is the main strategic part of India-Russia relationship. That they have always been there for each other. Okay. Sorry, Rakesh Sharma. It should be Rakesh Sharma. Just change the name, the title. Okay. So this is the first part, India and Russia relationship. So there are multiple dimensions. In upcoming class also, we will see that what is the new deal between India and Russia. Today the Russian president has arrived in India. He has been making deals and all. So we will see about this, that what is the deal going to be about. Okay. So this is the first part. Now coming to the vultures in India. So last time I told you that there are 9 vultures in India. There are 9 different vultures in India. Can you tell me which of them, how many of them are critically endangered? Just this one part. How many of them are critically endangered? Can you tell me that? There are 9 different varieties, 9 variants or species of vultures in India. There are 9 different species of vultures in India. So can you tell me this one part? How many of them are critically endangered? Any idea? 6, 3. Last time I told you also. Last time I have told you this. 4. Okay. Four of them are critically endangered. One of them is endangered. And the remaining are either least concern or near threatened. So we have seen that also, that of these 5 varieties, there is a trick in them. There is a trick in them. You will find that anything which is billed or like a oriental white-backed vulture, slender-billed vulture, or long-billed vulture, or Egyptian vulture, red-headed vulture. So if you look at this, the red-headed, long-billed, slender-billed, white-backed, these are the 4 vultures which are critically endangered in India. Egyptian vulture, it is endangered. And the remainings, like the griffon vulture, the Himalayan vulture, cinereous vulture, and the bearded vulture, they are either near threatened or least concern. So Indian vulture, it is also least concern. The remaining Himalayan, cinereous, or bearded vulture, they are falling under the category of least concern. They are falling under this category of least concern. So there are 9 different varieties. Remember one thing, if you find any such billed vulture or backed or headed, these are the vultures which are critically endangered: long billed, slender billed, or white backed, or simply the red headed. They are something which are like critically endangered. Okay. And even Egyptian vulture is there. Egyptian vulture is there, which is endangered. नेम भी याद करना है क्या? नहीं, नेम आपको उसमें लिखना नहीं होगा, but you have to identify. You don't have to write in the prelims exam, but you have to identify it in the prelims exam. For identification purpose, you can remember this trick, that if it is long billed or slender billed, white backed or red headed, it is something which is critically endangered. Egyptian, it has come to India, it is endangered. So this is one thing which we see in case of endangered and critically endangered, like vultures. Now, why this is there in the news? Okay, there is one institution, a private institution, the Bombay Natural History Society. Bombay Natural History Society. This has been there. This is an NGO. Bombay Natural History Society. If we talk about this, BNHS, Bombay Natural History Society. So this is something which is a NGO. It is a NGO, and it was established in 1860. It has been established in 1860. And from that time itself, it has been working for the wildlife conservation. It has been working for the wildlife conservation. So you can see this from the newspaper also, that around 800 vultures has been preserved by this one institution. Around 800 vultures has been preserved, and now it has been like released in the wild. It has been released in the wild. Right now, if you look at this, there are around, like when we talk about vultures, right now we can see that like around 90 to 99% population of the vultures has been wiped out. Okay, so we see that 90 to 99% vulture population wiped out. Virtual population wiped out. And what was the timeline from 1990 to 2007? Can you tell me what was the reason behind it? Can you tell me what was the factor responsible behind this? What was the factor responsible behind this? What were the factors which were responsible behind this wiping out of the vulture population? Like why this vulture population was wiped out from India? Yes. So there was one drug which was responsible for it. There was one medicine, there was one drug which was responsible for it, and it is diclofenac. One simple medicine, diclofenac, was responsible for this. Okay. So that's why the vulture is again there in the news. So yes, the painkiller was like painkiller was not being used by the vulture. It was used for the cattles, and the vultures got exposed to these traces of the medicines, and it lead to renal failure in case of the vultures. So that's why it happened. Okay. Now, coming to this one part, pendency of the cases. So if you just look at the report, it says that 4.8 crore cases. 4.8 crore cases. These are the number of cases which are pending pending in lower court. These are the number of cases which are pending in lower court. And at the same time, it has also said that there is 4,855 vacancies in district courts. That there are 4,855 vacancies in district courts and 297 in high courts. Around 297 vacancies in high courts as of December 1, 2025. As of December 1, 2025. In Supreme Court, the pending cases are 90,694. 90,694 cases are pending in the Supreme Court. Okay. So this is one part, like how many cases are pending. That is one aspect. We have already discussed about it multiple times. But today we are going to see something different from there. Today we are going to look at something different. And what is that different thing? If you look at this, we are going to have a comparison with the global countries, with the global powers. We are going to see a comparison. Like when we talk about India, around 5.3 crore cases are pending. When we talk about United States, there is around 4,30,000 cases which are pending. On one side, we have 5.3 crore cases pending. And here we have 4.3 lakh cases. 4,30,000. Okay. So they have got 4,30,000 cases pending. So it's true. It's quite true that the population of United States is much lower as compared to India. Can you tell me what is the population of United States? Can you tell me what is the population of United States? Anyone? What is the population of United States? Anyone? Can you tell me? What is the population of United States? $35 crore. Okay. So it is almost 1/4. It is near about 1/4 of Indian population. So even if you multiply it by 4 times, still it becomes like 18 lakh or 17 lakh. Still they have got 17 lakh cases pending. Or let's even it out. Let's say if we multiply it by the population factor, they will have 20 lakh cases pending. What is the pendency in our courts? 5 crore 30 lakh. Let's compare it with United Kingdom. United Kingdom has 80,000 criminal cases pending in the crown courts. Okay. When we talk about China, China has got 46 million cases which was there, but it was reduced by 1/3 in 2024. China is not so much transparent with respect to the data. China doesn't have that much transparency with respect to data. But we can compare it with United States. If you want to compare India, you have to compare it with United States. You cannot compare it with Bangladesh and Pakistan. We cannot compare India with countries of Africa or other countries of Middle East. We have to compare it with some related countries. So we can compare it with China. China has lack of transparency with respect to data. We can compare with US. We can compare with United Kingdom. And when we compare with them, what we see that our condition is quite bad in this situation. In United States, they have one problem. They have huge number of immigration cases. They have around 1.9 million, means 19 lakh cases of immigration which is pending. Now, even if we count that figure plus this, the total number, and if we multiply it by the population factor, if we multiply it by the population factor, then also what we will see that they will have maximum like maximum 1 crore cases pending, a maximum of 1 crore cases pending. If we multiply by the population factor also, if we count the immigration case also, if we count this case also, if we account for all the cases and we put them together, we multiply it by the population quotient, even after that, you will find that the pendency in the cases, in case of UK, US or other countries, are much more lower than India. India has in fact set an example of how much cases are pending in the judiciary. Okay. So this is one of the biggest challenge. So that's why we are having global comparison also. Like now you have an additional point. Now you have an additional point. When you are writing about pendency of cases, pendency of court cases, you can give a comparative figure of US. That US has got only 4 lakh cases pending or 4.5 lakh cases pending. So if you compare from that angle, you will find that pendency in our courts is multiple times higher as compared to any other democratic nation. Okay. Now, coming to the next part, the India Post. India Post is coming with something new. India Post is coming with something new, and it is called as Dhruv. Okay. It has been called as Dhruv. Dhruv stands for, like when we talk about this, digital hub for reference, digital hub for reference and unique virtual address. Unique virtual address. Unique virtual address. Okay. So like right now, if you look at this, how do you give your location data? How are you giving your location data? Location data is being shared, like suppose that you are living in a particular house, so you are giving house number 61, street number 8, Chanakya colony, Indrapuri, Delhi 110001. Let's say you are giving address like this. This is not an address of anyone specific. I have mixed up multiple address, so you won't be reaching anything there. Okay, you won't be reaching there at all. Okay, so let's say right now you are giving address like this. You are giving address like this. This is a textual address. So now it is being said that the India Post is going to come with a new form of address. Okay, a new form of address. So how this address will be provided? How the new form of address is going to be provided? It is going to be provided in a same manner as the UPI. Okay. Like right now, you are providing your UPI detail like XYZ @YBL. Let's say someone is having their UPI address as XYZ @YBL or XYZ @Paytm, XYZ @Bheem or UPI. So you are not giving your entire bank detail. Right now, if you have to give your bank, if you have to receive the money, you are not giving your entire bank account detail, that this is my account number, this is my IFSC code, this is my branch, this is my account holder name. You are just giving a UPI address, and with the help of that, people can reach up to you, or people can give you money, or you can transfer the money to someone. Now in same manner, the India Post is also thinking about coming with a unique, coming with this like a unique approach of providing the addresses of different people. It will be easy to remember, it will be easy to access, plus there will be a privacy also. So India Post is coming with this one thing, Dhruv. Okay. And there is one component of it called as the DigiPin. There is one thing called as DigiPin. So there is another thing called as DigiPin. So what exactly is this DigiPin? DigiPin is basically 10 character alphanumeric expression of longitude and latitude. So this is 10 character alphanumeric expression of longitude and latitude. Longitude and latitude. So there is already a thing which has been identified by the India Post, that they have come with this one thing called as DigiPin. DigiPin was one such thing. It is a digital pin, like you are seeing this one thing. You are having a pin code, like let's say the pin code is 842001. So for this pin code, there is a particular area. For this pin code, there is a particular area. In the same manner, this will be a 10 character alphanumeric. Alphanumeric means there will be alphabets also plus number also. And on the basis of that, there will be a unique pin assigned to an area of 14 square kilometer. 14 square meter, not kilometer, 14 square meter. Okay. So this will be a alphanumeric pin for 14 square meter. So how it is going to help? How it is going to help? Now suppose that you are sending order from a particular location and you are giving the pin code 842001. So 842001 is spread over large area. Your pin code is spread over large area. But this DigiPin, it is going to be there for a smaller portion of area. So that is the benefit here, that it will be easy to pinpoint the location. It will be easier to pinpoint the location. So this is one thing in the case of DigiPin. So there are two new things which are coming up. Dhruv is going to be a unique virtual address, not the real address, but the virtual address of different locations. And in order to enable the Dhruv, we are having an existing framework called as DigiPin. So DigiPin is a alphanumeric 10 character address for a 14 square meter area. So it will be the shorter form. It will be the shorter form of the pin code which you are having. Pin code is generally for a larger area, but this is going for just 14 square meter. So I hope these two things are clear, Dhruv and DigiPin. Okay. I hope these two parts are clear. That what is Dhruv and what is DigiPin. एड्रेस नोट कर लिया, जिन्होंने एड्रेस नोट कर लिया है सब इस पे एक एक किटकैट भेज देना, किसी को तो मिल ही जाएगा. ठीक है. नाउ कमिंग टू द नेक्स्ट पार्ट. Now the next topic which we have to see here is Dhruv, which basically, see, like you are having UPI address. Instead of having your entire bank account detail, you are just giving your UPI address and you are getting the money. In same manner, what the India Post is saying, that instead of giving your full house detail, if you have to order from Flipkart, you don't have to give your full address now. what you can simply do is you can give that unique virtual address of your house. You can give the unique virtual address of your house, and from there itself the product is going to be delivered to your house. Like right now, if you want to get a payment, you can give just your UPI ID. You can just give your UPI ID. In same manner, if you want to receive a parcel at your home, instead of giving the full address that this is the house number, this is the floor number, this is the block number, this is the street number, this is the colony, this is the area, this is the pin code. Instead of giving all these details, you can just give that virtual address, that xyz@kyt, whatever address is being provided. In same manner, you can give it. So on the basis of that, the parcels will be delivered to your home. So it will be replication of the UPI model. So now we have this one topic, Mahar Satyagraha. So if you look at this, Mahar Satyagraha, Mahar is basically part of Bombay province, and it was having caste-based untouchability. So what happened that this municipality allowed the Dalits to use public tank in 1924, but it was resisted by the upper caste. Now what we see that B.R. Ambedkar, he chose this one option to fight for the rights of the depressed classes. He chose this option, he chose this opportunity to fight for the rights of the depressed classes. So what actually happened here, that in the first phase, March 1927, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, he organized a conference of the depressed classes at Mahar. And then on 20th March 1927, he led the Dalit people to drink water from a tank called as Chavdar tank. Okay. So from here we see that the Dalits have asserted the legal right to access the public water. Then there was fight between the upper caste and the Dalit population. Okay. There were legal cases also. So these were the things which were going on, but this was the first phase of Mahar Andolan or Mahar Satyagraha. Okay. So this was the first such reform movement. This was the Mahar movement which was there. Then what we see that the second phase, it was there in December 1927. So there was the second conference at Mahar. But during this time, there was a legal case which was going on with respect to the access to the Chavdar tank. Why? Because the upper caste who were in that area, they said that it is not a public property, it is a private property. And for that very thing, they have said that the Dalit people would not have the right to access its water. However, later on in 1937, the court ruled in favor of Dalit population. Ruled in favor of Dalit population. Okay. So what we see here, in the second Mahar Satyagraha, what we see that on 25th December 1927, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar publicly burned Manusmriti, and it was basically a rejection of caste ideology. Okay. So earlier the movement was focused just on the rights assertion, then it shifted to the ideological resistance of the Brahmanical oppression of the lower castes. Okay. So Mahar Satyagraha, it was there in 1927, but its impact can be seen even in terms of our constitution, in terms of the resistance against oppression by the so-called upper caste in our society. Okay. So that's why Mahar Satyagraha remains one of the major movements of the Indian national movement. Okay. So that's why it is there. अगर पब्लिक वाटर यूज से मना करते थे तो उनको कहाँ से वाटर मिलता होगा फिर? Like you can see, there is one thing like at one side we can construct public water well. So from there, the upper castes were only extracting water. For the other castes, they were depending on if there is rainwater lying somewhere, if there is water in the drains, if the water in some other stagnant areas, the one which is not fit for consumption, the one which is not good for consumption, they were forced to rely on that. So it was very much challenging. Okay. So that is about the Mahar Satyagraha. Okay. Yes, Nilu. So these were the topics. Yes, Nilu. You can tell your. ईपीएफओ का रिजल्ट कब तक आ सकता है? अभी तो एग्जाम हुआ है, अभी तो एक हफ्ते भी नहीं हुए हैं, आपको पहले से रिजल्ट चाहिए? यस, प्लीज टेल. Next, we will be meeting on Monday, and when we will meet on Monday, we will be discussing more such topics. We would be introducing something new also in our current affair classes in upcoming days. A black neck collar blazer कब पहनेंगे? Right now, I am not in Delhi, so I have limited options. I have limited options. So maybe after 25th of December. Okay. So that will be all for today. Thank you, everyone. Take care, and let's meet in the next session. Then we will discuss the remaining things. Thank you. Take care. All the best.